Hello, baby bear. What's going on? What's Mama doing? Are we at Visitation right now? What happened?
Mama's taking too long to put that music in.
Mama's playing games.
Daddy's playing music.
Daddy can put on music, and Mama's gonna play games. Get these little things off the floor.
Taking my glasses. Go ahead, you can take them.
Do you want to give me your phone and I'll put in music?
No, it's okay.
You sure? I'll do it anyway. Oh, I see. What do you want me to put on?
What's that? Something baby bear appropriate.
Yeah, baby bear approved.
Yeah, put that down, bro.
Yep. Actually, yeah, get in here. Let me get your toys out. She just wants Daddy's glasses.
She just wants to be held with him. You want a voice?
What are you doing, baby bear?
You get the same check just for that.
What's going on? You want to see the phone? Do you want to see it? That's a baby bear. Yeah. That's my baby bear. Let me see if she's hungry.
She does burps. She's fine with that.
Now, if you don't want me live streaming, you can give me my daughter back. Because we all know the case is fraudulent.
Turn it off.
We all know this is BS. And we even have the foster care supervisor admitting that Iris was taken in case of neglect, not because she was actually neglected.
Turn off. You're not helping right now.
The thing is being quiet hasn't helped.
Turn it off.
Doing what I've been told hasn't helped.
Turn it off.
So maybe I'll let CPS
I'll turn it off.
and I'll turn it back on.
I don't know how to turn it off. Turn it off.
All right, I'll turn it off. Really? Because so far trying to get in the right way hasn't gotten in the right way. The only way that's gotten into court is Ben throwing a temper tantrum because he doesn't like me exposing him.
You jumping around?
He has zero proof of abuse. He has zero proof of neglect. He admitted that she was taken in case of neglect. That is highly illegal considering that there is a law explicitly stating that CPS is to exhaust all efforts to avoid the removal of a child, and they have failed to do so.
I'm not
Taking
sure I like these wooden
taking a
things.
child in case of neglect is not exhausting all methods to avoid the removal of a child. Opening up a substance exposed newborn case when everybody tested negative is not doing everything they can to avoid the removal of a child.
Look.
That is in fact actually actively trying to facilitate the removal of a child. That is also known as human trafficking. And because I have my case in federal court and the Tucker Act has been applied, every single person who has gotten involved in this case is currently implicated. And because I have the FISA warrant on me, that means every single time I set foot in one of these buildings, that means the building itself and anybody who comes into this building is then under FISA warrant. So if they want to continue on with this, I will continue on with this. They want to play their games and go by their playbook, that's fine. I will play my games and go by my playbook. And if you have a problem with that, stop trafficking children.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Prove this case is legitimate or shut up. I know. They're not going to turn it over to court because then they have to play the entire video in the courtroom. They're not going to want to play the entire video in the courtroom because they're not going to want to see that our interactions have been nothing but positive. Which is exactly why I'm doing it this way. I know their playbook, I know the games they play.
Hey Jen, just a heads up, I'm the only one back there.
Okay.
I don't know if you were
I know.
with Ben or
I'm whoever
if
might
that
be
was
listening.
directed at me. It's
Whomever
really important that you turn that off because you don't have my permission to be filming me right now, okay?
I know, but you're not on film right now, so I can keep it.
Are you live streaming right now?
Yes. And you have to remember, everybody knows I'm a journalist. Everybody's well aware. Everybody's well aware. I've made it very clear that everybody's
Remember,
subject to being...
these are your 2 hours a week to spend time with Iris.
You're right. They are. Because CPS decided to commit fraud. How about stop committing fraud? How about you tell me exactly who is making the decision to keep Iris in CPS? Because Ben has even admitted that she was taken in case of neglect. And you heard it. You know full well that there's no reason for her to be in foster care. That makes it even worse on them.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say anything. There's a reason why I wasn't going to tell you what I was doing today.
I would pee on myself.
I know. You'd rather do this by yourself than actively fight.
There's actively fighting and then there's being reckless.
At what point have you actively fought? Reckless is opening up a fraudulent substance exposed newborn case, taking a child in case of neglect, and ignoring the fact that the child might have a genetic condition making them more susceptible to vaccine injury.
Again, I'm not
That is
disputing-
reckless.
I'm not
Reckless
disputing-
is going after a human trafficking survivor and trafficking their own child.
I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
But going off here isn't going to help. There's no judge here. There's no one that can make any decisions.
You're right. Exactly. There's no judge here. There's nobody who can make any decisions. person who's capable of making decisions, the lawyer for the department, should come downstairs and talk to me. As is her job, is to try and work towards reunification. However, she has failed to do so.
You left your job. And again, there are ways to go about that.
And I have gone the ways, however, they've been avoiding me.
Well, during visitation is not the time to do it.
When is it? When I go to hand in legal papers and they're not there? Or when I go to hand legal papers and they refuse service?
We can come back here another time and you can talk to the lawyers, but not during visitation.
I'm not talking about during visitation.
You're clearly trying to trigger them to come down here.
No. All I'm doing is trying to keep the recording going because I don't know what kind of games DSS plays, and I'd rather have the live stream going than not.
Tell them to turn it off.
When one of DSS's lawyers comes down to speak to me and explain to me with paperwork why Iris has not been returned, because they want us to see a therapist, yet your insurance won't cover therapy, and our therapist has recommended that Iris be returned. So you can't sit here and say that you need to see a therapist, but then have the therapist say, give back the child, say no. Then they want you to see another therapist because this one isn't giving the recommendations that they want to hear. No, that's not how this works. You wanted us to see therapists. We have recommendations that Iris be returned.
I see the baby.
You said Iris is a substance-exposed newborn. She was not.
Would you please stop? Please.
Fine.
I'm asking you to stop.
Hi, you guys. Wash your hands.
Can you turn off the live stream, please?
I know.
Can you turn off the live stream, please?
Well, she's not on camera. How about this? I will turn off the live stream when they can actually give me a reason as to why Iris is in foster care. I believe the entire world right now, since you want to target a journalist, you should be able to tell the entire world why you target the journalist. Give me back my daughter.
I don't have no authority.
Okay.
Turn it off.
What's your backpack? Is that a sink? Why don't you spend time with your daughter?
I'm not going to spend time being live streamed. Turn it off.
Well, she's not on camera.
I don't want to be live streamed. Turn it off. I want to spend time with my daughter in peace, let the whole world watch her.
Okay, so you'll have no problem spending time with your daughter with DSS watching and lying and coming up with any sort of bullshit reason they can to not return her, even though the law requires for them to get her home as soon as possible. Even though we have the supervisor admitting that she was taken in case of neglect, rather than actual neglect. Don't eat that, silly. Here. dry your hands? Can you dry? No? Can you take one? One? I see you, silly. Take one. Good job. Good job, baby bear. You gotta eat that first. You gotta finish that one first. You gotta finish that. You gotta finish that. There you go. There you go. Finish eating. Gotta finish eating. Finish up. Finish eating. Finish up and I'll give you more. Gotta finish. No. Oh, silly. Silly butt. Come here. Let me just throw these out since they spilled. You gotta finish that.
Give me the spoons.
All right, thank you. Remember how I told you that I know CPS's playbook? I know the games they play. I know the lies that they say. I know they'll try to say that we don't give her any attention, that we don't spend any time with her, that we don't interact with her, that we don't do anything with her. I would rather live stream it and have the world know that when we're here, we spend every moment that we can with her, rather than let CPS attempt whatever manipulations that they try to do. You gotta finish that. You gotta finish it, silly. And down there. Oh, can I get it? Thank you. Thank you. Yes? Is that pretty? Yeah. Can you clean your hands? Can you clean it? Hold on. I'm gonna clean your hand real quick. What? Is that your giraffe? Yeah? Hold on. Give a little bit, okay? Hold on. Can you take one? Just one. I see you being tricky. One. That is way more than one. That is way more than one, silly. about seeing no beef. You fought me about getting songbirds.
I'm fighting for the
You're fighting me over everything, but that's my point.
What have I functioned?
Once again, OBGYN,
In the last 3
sonograms,
months.
glucose
In the last 3
tests, vaccinations,
In the last
giving
3
her a
months.
GDMC.
In the last 3
The
months.
point is you are fighting me right now. And actually, you did fight previously because I told you that your attorney isn't doing anything. Right now, she's profiting from Iris being in foster care. I told you to fire your attorney because she hasn't been doing anything. You fought me on that too. Iris. Doesn't get stuck in your mouth. You can get stuck in your mouth, baby. Oh, silly. No, it doesn't get stuck in your mouth. Sure, we get 2 hours once a week and you're not going to interact with her at all. Penalize her. Watch out, baby bear.
I'm just calming down first.
Okay. Hi. Hold on. Too many tiny toys back there. There's too many tiny toys back there.
Just like your favorite toys. Doesn't care for toys.
I got it.
The knife? That's terrifying.
She's a daddy's girl. I know that.
On the wall. She likes it. There was a yellow one when she left.
It wasn't this one.
What was the yellow one the first time I came?
I think it was the one in the other room.
What's the other one?
I know there was one in the other room.
Who was this one? Because there was a time I was issue in court. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was it. I just know she liked yellow. remove something from this room? I feel like there's more room.
Hi. Oh, that's silly.
Come on. Move my feet. She tripped over my feet more than anything else. Are you trying to raise your bone?
Frank would be so proud. On the bright side, she's not as congested today.
No, I think she was getting over her cold around the same speed I was getting over mine.
Well, she's still congested. She's never been this congested before.
Yeah, but she's been more congested.
That's true.
She's better than usual.
Well, no, she's definitely not better than usual.
Well, better than is normal at this point.
Yeah.
No, that's Schmutz. Can Daddy have that? Daddy can get Schmutz. I want to see her eat fruit. Because the way she bites the ball.
Does she fight like me? You have it?
I can't. Yeah.
So many choices.
Really?
I've got to bring a sheet.
Oh, to make the fort?
Yeah.
You know I bought that TV thing, right?
Yes, I do.
I wonder if it's easily transportable.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe CPS will pull their heads out of their asses and give her back.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah, I know. They're really not going to like the next few motions I have to file then. They're really not going to like that. What's Mama doing?
Mom was doing the thing.
They're really not going to like the next few motions I file.
One day in the fort.
They're going to look very, 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 very bad. Especially when the order to show cause asks them to produce the actual, drug test results and asks them to produce what measures they took to prevent removal.
Why are we going in the cabinet?
And when CPS can't provide either, it's going to look awfully terrible.
Oh, no, 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 no. You can't stand in there, baby bear. It's too short.
Hold on.
Okay.
Honey, let her.
Well, no, she was about to bang her head on the drill part.
Yes, honey, she's going to have to learn that she can't move that way. It's better for her to bang her head on the inside flat part than on the corner. You want her to bang her head on the flat parts because then I'll teach her that if she moves too quickly, it'll hit her head. But you want it in an area where it's not going to really hurt her like the corner. So the flat shelves in an area like that are fine. Hi, Liz.
Come here. Come here. Goober.
chest. Iris. I'm gonna do a thing. Hi. You like that? I think I smell diaper trauma.
Already?
I think I smell diaper trauma. Let me see if the bandages will fit. It looks like we actually got diapers this time.
They're definitely not. You could try, but once she's 3 months old.
Yeah, I know. Well, worst comes to worst, we can contact the company, tell them what happened, and maybe they'll be willing to exchange them for a larger size when we get her back. Who knows, they ran big on her anyway. Iris, can I change your diaper? Can I change your diaper? Can I change your diaper? Can I get you all clean? Ready? Hold on. You ready? Hello. Oh, hi.
I never understood why they do that.
You coming in?
Yeah, they just ran with them.
That's not a good sign, honey.
Shaking, no.
No, honey. That's not normal behavior.
The shaking her head no like that?
When she looks up at a bright light, shaking her head back and forth and then arching her back. That is not a normal behavior, honey.
I know that. Don't get mad at me.
Can you support her head, please?
She just drowned all over right now.
That wasn't
No,
trying
that
to
was
over
weird.
before.
That was very weird. Why are you naked? Can we do your diaper? I know, I didn't do your diaper. Oh, God, you're fast. I gotcha.
Hi. What are you doing, silly? Can I get you changed? Alright, support her head.
Yep. She's gonna be annoyed.
I know. Hi, Iris. What are you doing, silly butt? What are you doing? Can I get you changed? Alright, you ready?
Hey, babe. Ow.
Iris, I need to get in here. I know, I'm sorry. Here you go, nice and clean.
Well. Just trying to choke me. You know, my life insurance is very good. You don't get that much if I die. Sorry.
Hey.
All of this fine.
I'm filing an emergency motion on Monday. I think she just had a mini seizure. That's what that looked like, honey.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was definitely not.
I'm sorry, I
Normal
gotta
behavior,
Can you
fine.
I gotta do your button. I'm sorry, I forgot. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All better.
All clear.
The arching back would have been fine by itself.
With the shaking her head back and forth.
Or the no by itself. But both. Thank you. That was a little unnerving. She's never done that before.
Hello, Baltimore County Department of Social Services. So I just witnessed my daughter having a seizure, which she did not have before she was taken by you. So we're gonna have a big fucking problem.
I thought you turned it off.
No, of course I didn't turn it off. Come here. I know. We're gonna have a big fucking problem. What is this? My shoes.
And now she's got pistol balance.
I know, honey. She's had pistol balance since they first vaccinated her. Can you please have Hunter come in here? I want to know what lawyer is overseeing this. Because I want to know how many other times my daughter has had a seizure since she's been here. How many other times has she had a seizure since she's been here, Hunter?
We need to go visit her.
How many times has she had a seizure?
Jen,
How many times has she had a seizure since you took her?
can you please escort them out now? Yeah.
Is this your blanket? Hold on, this is. Hold on, these are also. Just so you know, you are not immune. Nobody involved in this is immune. Because I am suing the county, currently the Department of Social Services has the Tucker Act implemented. The Tucker Act means that anybody involved in this case doesn't have immunity. My daughter did not have seizures before they took her. I have medical records here proving that this entire case is fraudulent.
That's understandable, man.
You can see everything here says negative.
I believe you. I'm not able to look at the information though. I'm sorry. Make sure you get your pocketbook and your phone. Did you want to give that to her?
For what?
Did you want to give that?
Yes, please. Thank you. Those are the organic diapers that we imported from Denmark. I expect to see those on her the next time I see her.
Okay.
Oh, these are also hers. Sorry, let me do once over real quick.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that book theirs or is that hers? I think theirs. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Ben. Ben.
Honey, can we go to the courthouse now? So I'm at the Baltimore County Department of Social Services. I was just having visitation with Iris. As I put her down to change her, thank you. We put her down and she looks up at the light. Then she starts shaking her head back and forth like this, really, really quickly looking up at the light. And then she arches her back completely upwards so that her back wasn't on the ground anymore. After I finished changing her diaper, she gets up and she doesn't have her balance anymore. My daughter just had a seizure. She had a seizure that she never had before the Department of Social Services opened up a fraudulent substance exposed newborn case, took her against medical advice in case of neglect, made her sick, and withheld exculpatory evidence proving their case is false. Honey, can we go across the street to the ABC building real quick before we go? So we have a big fucking problem, Baltimore County and Maryland State. You have a big fucking problem to deal with. across the street to the ABC building. Thank you. And then we're going to the court. And I'm going to file an emergency motion based on the fact that my daughter just had a seizure during visitation. A seizure that she had never had before Baltimore County Department of Social Services took her in case of neglect, vaccinated her, and then all of a sudden she's developed seizures. How the fuck does that happen? Huh? Does somebody want to explain this to me? Because I'm going to have a lot of fun watching you explain it in a courtroom. God help you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep this on. I'm going into the ABC building right now. Let's see how ABC responds to somebody coming in with a case like this. I'm not playing fucking games. I have a tip on a federal case right now, suing the state of Maryland for human trafficking. I was wondering if somebody might be interested in reviewing this. Okay, is there any, do you happen to know of anywhere that I could leave this at?
Yeah, it will be in our fast notes. You want to investigate reporters.
Okay, and how would I get in contact with one of those? Okay, I can, do you want me to give you your number, or should I just look them up online? I have my own copies. Thank you. Do you have a pen on you? My phone number isn't on that, but my email address is.
Those emails are.
Okay, yes. All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry to bother you. He was a security guard. All right, let's go to the court. All right, guys, I'll update you a bit